Hi Gemini, I hope you're well. Life of Tarocchi back with another tarot reading. Thank you so much for returning back to my channel. So this reading is for anyone with Gemini placements in their chart. Welcome. This reading is going to be connecting in with your energy, Gemini. So reading your energy, third house in the 10th house, so of Capricorn. So the 10th house is talking about the energy of your life's purpose, your higher purpose, and recognition, the pinnacle of your life. So this reading is very much over the span of your lifetime. So we're going to see what this is all about. I am going to pull 12 cards, ask 12 questions, and then we will pull 12 tarot cards. So this will be quite a long reading. So let's get into it. Gemini. It's nice. Gemini, I'm feeling a great deal of protection over your life's energy. I feel caressed in protection. So know that your life purpose is solely protected. It's waiting for you to discover it. So the first question in the first house are, what are your strengths, Gemini? One card, please, Spirit. I just have to get some traction on the cards here. All right, what is your strength, Gemini? Beautiful. So we've got present and space and assemble. So that's first house energy. So this is talking about self-appearance, okay? How people perceive you, your physical structure. Now, all right, so second question is, what do you love? All right, Gemini, what do you love? Okay. All right, Gemini, we've got in the second house, you love status and power, night fill, and Chinese medicine. Beautiful. Third question in the third house is, what is your weakness? What is Gemini's weakness? Hospital ward. Okay. All right. Fourth question is, what are your passions, Gemini? What are your passions? Your passions are auction, secretary, sales representative, maths and numbers, and we've got customer service there. So I like that these colors aligned. Okay. I was trying to pull one card, but that's not really possible. Okay, so we've got the fifth house. The fifth question is what you can be paid for. Okay, so what can Gemini be paid for? Okay. Ooh. Nice. Okay, so Gemini, you can be paid for expression, some type of expressive energy. You could be paid for being famous. some type of fame where people come to you. You can be paid for stonemasonry, author, books, scripts, and edits. Okay. I love these, the colors aligning with regards to the pens. Okay, 6th question. What does the world need from you, Gemini? What does the world need from Gemini? What does the world need from Gemini? Okay. The world needs from you, Gemini, some type of cleanliness. We've got counselor or counsel, glass and surfaces, and we've got drug and alcohol. All right. We did have Judge there. Oh, I did see Judge. All right, what we'll do is we'll do a quick shuffle and we'll continue asking questions. All right, so question number 7. We are looking at what is your profession? Okay, profession for Gemini. You win, post office. Okay. All right. There's something you win, Gemini, and it's being received through some type of delivery. So someone delivers this to you. Okay, so 8th question is, what is your mission, Gemini? What is your mission? All right. Your mission, Gemini, I will just say this is coming out in the 12th house on the 8th house question. So this tells me soulmate. Your life purpose is to fulfill some type of soulmate energy from a past life. Now, you do have platonic, romantic, healing, and growth. So we can have a variety of soulmates in life as well. And we've got personal style. So this is your mission. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. Question number 9 in the 9th house is, what will be your first award or achievement? All right. Coming out in the 6th house, so this is daily energy, daily routine. This is maybe something you're working to as well. Okay, so we've got gunsmith in the 9th house. We've got actor, dancer, entertainment. We've got the Undertaker. And we've got fleet. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Number 10, the 10th question in the 10th house is, what is part of Gemini's purpose? Chemist. Assemble. Okay, so chemistry, chemist. We'll dive a little bit deeper when we get into row. All right. 11th house, 11th question. What is your vocation? Meaning, what do you like to do on your downtime outside of work? So what is that, Gemini? What do you like to do on your downtime? You like to be the chief, library, and engineer. Okay. Beautiful. So chief and library came out first. And then we had engineer, so I'll pop that over there. All right, 12th house is the 12th question, and this is messages revealed from spirit in regards to your life purpose or your pinnacle recognition. So, spirit, in the 12th house, what is the message revealed from you in relation to Gemini? Thank you. Well, okay. So we do have quite a lot going on from spirit. I will read them out and we will shuffle one more time. So, messages revealed from spirit: residential care, and we've got timber and wood, bakery, pastry chef, graphics and web, so web design and internet. We've got bets, gambling and TAB, money, money, money. We have carer, sorry. We have demonstrate, gallery and museum, a dealer, media, producer and media. We've got locksmith, shop fit out, education, past lives, coach, operator switchboard, bar, and soul body. Okay, so I feel like you're because you've got a lot of this soul energy coming in from past life, you do have I feel it's this energy, your purpose is protected because you've been brought into this life based on spiritual services. So you're here presently in the physical world working out how your skills and talents apply to what you love to do and what the world needs from you. So it's quite beautiful. Okay, so let's ask again. Message revealed from spirit for Gemini, please. Copyright. Okay. Beautiful. I am gonna pop that over here. So we've got copyright. Just want to straighten things up a little. So Gemini, let's get into this reading. I just heard, I'm so excited. Oh, a bit shaky. And I just can't hide it. I brought it down. Yeah. Is that the Flashdance song? No. I don't know. You know what? I haven't even seen Flashdance. But I'm getting the water falling down on the dancer, like that pinnacle moment in the movie where the water connects with the body. So this is like emotional memory over physical matters. Exploited. Emotional memory over physical matters exploited. Okay. Emotional memory over physical matters. Now I feel like counsel, emotional memory over physical matters is how you, I think it's like adaptability skill that you have in your life. So these are a bunch of cards that I wrote some stuff out on. I'm going to pull one card as just to tie into the theme of this reading. So, okay. So we've got here, to uncover your life's purpose. You discover either with mother or father, but in this particular energy, it's called dad, to ask about what was happening during and after conception. So this is talking about unraveling your soul contracts. So you want to ask dad about, or someone at the time who was with your mum, who was aware of what was going on in their life. So this is about uncovering the energy of when you were in the womb. So this also too gives me the energy of like I don't know when, but I just feel like Spirit just gave me my answer then. I feel like there's a certain period into the pregnancy where a spirit is assigned to the baby. So there is, at that particular moment of discussion is where your soul purpose lies for your life. Okay, so let's see. So we've got here, what's the theme of this reading for Gemini? So, dreams are trying to teach you something. We've got the neighbors keep looking. So you want money, honey, make it and go get it. You got it. All right, so dreams are trying to teach you something, Gemini. So let's discover this reading. Gemini, so let's get into the tarot. Just before we do, I just had a moment to absorb the energy here, and what I realized was that Spirit's indicating here that where you've got more cards is where you've got to do more heavy lifting in life. So in particular, it's like, you know, you sort of start off exploring your world, defining how things come together. You also, early in your life, you actually learn what status and power is, whether that's being flexed on you, I feel like, as a young child. There's a deep tie to like night feel, energies of in the dark, so the occult. This also too talks about, like, I feel magic as well, because magic sits in the dark where is unknown, and Chinese medicine, so there's healing. So there's something there that lingers in the dark of the subconscious over your life, Gemini, where you look for alternative forms, especially if you live in, you know, the western part of the world. It's like you want to look east to resolve your issues, you know, looking into the opposite part of where you are. Tends to start, this is how you know that you're awakening to your purpose and starting that journey of recognition. So this is you seeking alternative medicines to heal something that is unknown to you, but you feel like that is, it's lingered over status and power. So this status and power early on in your life, this is you resolving that, going through occult energy or the unknown, and also to, we'll get there. So this is alternative healing. Now in the third house is your house, Gemini. So this is talking about the mind, communication, but also too, this is talking about siblings. Siblings, short travel, short trips, neighbors. So this energy here says hospital ward. Now, this is something to do in your lifetime, that ties you to a hospital ward in terms of communication. So there's something you go through in your lifetime where you're tied to a hospital ward. Now, I don't think that it's you, because it's sitting in the thinking space. So there's some type of tie there to ward and healing the mind, which is interesting because it's like you're exposed to Chinese medicine first, and then the hospital ward communication opens up. So in the fourth house is all about home, family, where you grew up, where you came from. So this is where the heavy lifting starts happening in your life, Gemini. So home, family, where you grew up, where you came from, we've got sales representative here. So there feels like for family in life, for you, it feels quite superficial, because it's like we've got customer service here, secretary, so there's documenting moments, recording errors. There's also too, we've got maths. Just couldn't read. We've got maths and numbers. So maths and numbers are very much how you grew up, or is around you when you grow up, especially with regards to home and family. And it's kind of like a transactional energy. Okay, so in the 5th house, this is talking about creativity, children, and romance. Now, creatively, there's something you long to express in your life, Gemini, so because you've got expression here and you've got fame. So there's a sense that you're really wanting to bring something up and out to the surface, because we've got stonemason here, and this gives me the energy of wisdom, also to past lives, because the element of stone and earth exists much longer than our lifespan as humans. Therefore, stones and the way that they have been placed by others has a lot of information in it. So this is like the study of ancient lives, or the way that people lived in ancient times. And this is also to like author books, scripts, and edits. This is like something that awakens exactly the expression and fame component within your creativity, within your children. So if this is like, if you don't resonate with fame and expression, then this is talking about maybe for someone in particular, this is saying you hold these qualities to raise children for fame and expression also. So that's another way of taking that. If you don't resonate with this energy in this lifetime, this is talking about children, or this is talking about a romantic energy. So this is like what you give off in a romantic vibe as well. So in the 6th house is like your daily routines. So it's like there's a lot of heavy energy lifting here. So from home, family, where you grew up, where you came from, into your creativity and your children and romance, there's heavy lifting there. There's a bit more heavy lifting when we get to your daily routines as well. There's 4 aspects of life, especially what the world needs from you in terms of on the daily basis. So there's a sense that you have some type of wisdom where you offer counsel or counseling services to others. There's a sense that you can keep others lit up to a certain atonement. Now there's a cleanliness here. So maybe there's a way that the way that your mind works is really good at cleaning, sweeping, cleansing. So there's a sense that you do something in terms of cleaning on a daily routine. Now, glass and surfaces. This could be, the installation of like windows and mirrors, but on the spiritual form, on the daily basis, this is talking about scrying on reflective surfaces. So this is allowing the third eye's mind to be absorbed by that reflective surface, and to allow intuitive information to be received from other realms. So that's also that too, because like this gives me like drug and alcohol, which is like counseling. So there's a sense there that like you have an intuitive knowing, maybe to help people with drug and alcohol dependency issues. We did have chemist here and chemistry. So there's something here you understand about 2 and 2 coming together. There's some type of connection there with medication, with drug and alcohol, and chemist and chemistry. So like there's the sense that you have an understanding of these things. So we've got here in the 7th house, which is talking about partnerships and relationships. We've got here, you win with the post office. So there's something being delivered to you in your lifetime with regards to partnerships and relationships. This could be a business opportunity that sets you into your purpose. This could be meeting someone who you feel like they just give you a winning ticket, where you're maybe able to expand your business, expand your model, expand your thinking, expand your purpose on a logistic form. So this is talking about trucks on the ground, post office, and this is talking about, on the ground first before it gets international, because I don't have any air stuff here just yet. We do have present and space though. So there's talking about a physical energy up into the ethers. So there's an up-down energy here. So in the 8th house, this is talking about change and transformation. So there's something here that you're going through that's bringing you closer to your life's purpose. So there's a deep sense of change and transformation coming to your personal style. And this is something that kind of is influential when you meet a soulmate or these soulmates. We could have soul tribes, soulmates, friend, romantic. But these soulmates, generally, these people in our life provide healing and growth. So those are those people and how to identify them. So dreams are trying to teach you something. There's a sense of tapping into your soul. Now, 9th house, quickly. What is your first award or achievement? This is your belief. This is also too God's plan for you, so to speak, in the 9th house. It's where religion and spirituality sits. Higher learning, higher education, university, teaching of higher. So this is talking about your first achievement and award is through fame, expression, acting and dancing. There's some way that you creatively build that into your life, because it's like dancer, actor, entertainment. So there's some type of belief here, or a setting or a scene that you come into, or that you need to be in to be able to, this is like you discovering it, and this is you like really getting into your purpose. So there's gunsmith tied here, so I'm not too familiar on gunsmiths, but in terms of like maintenance of equipment, you know, this is talking about like and also to like aiming, being able to aim and target. This is talking about, you know, distance and time. So there's some type of fleet here. So there's like a group of something. A fleet generally refers to a group of vehicles owned by a company. So there's something there. Maybe like you're looking at fleeting actors and dancers, or there's maybe on some type of fleeting travel, because this is overseas travel too in the 9th house. International travel, actor, dancer, entertainment, gunsmith. All right, so we've got chemist in the 10th house. This is talking about what's part of your purpose. So Spirit's pointing out here that you need to somehow work out in your own way what is the chemistry between these things, your experiences in life, and how do they bring you closer to your purpose? Because this is also too, like I just felt a Gemini going, yeah, I know exactly what I need to do. But this too was also like counselor, and counsel is deep listening and being able to say the most minimal thing, but the right thing. So this is like a complete understanding of where someone's at, where something's at, in order to throw the right thing into the mix. 11th house, social goals. This is also too what you do on your downtime socially. So the sense of you like to engineer things, pull them apart, bring them together. How do they fit structurally? What's the makeup of this? What are the foundations we're building upon? What are the constraints required to withstand? You know, and this is also to like goal planning and setting foundations. But this is also to you having some type of library or knowledge, or acquiring one over lifetime, where you become a chief engineer. It's like your brain vocabulary is a library, or this is something that you have where you reference in your social environment. Okay, and then we've got copyright as message from Spirit. So copyright is going to be your best friend in life, Gemini. So this doesn't mean you have to study it at university, but this is talking about, you know, at least grasping the fundamentals of what copyright is, and how does it apply in overview universely. And then it's like when you find that thing, then you dive a little bit deeper into how does that apply to this aspect. So copy and write, there's a sense energy here of Spirit saying, I feel like Spirit's showing you things. I feel like Spirit shows you things, like, because we had I felt like we had the web internet before. So it's like the algorithms of the internet come up. And it's the same concept of, you know, sort of scrying. Watching TV is the concept of scrying, except it's delivered in the digital form. When we scry, we're having to receive it through our mind's eye, so it's like a daydream. So if we apply that to the internet and the algorithm and how you're receiving these information through copyright, I feel like Spirit's showing you the things you need to see and how you need to listen deeply and reflect on the surfaces that are in your life. So let's get into the tarot. I haven't used this deck for a little while. Let's see. All right, present and space. Present and space, assemble. Tuesday. So there's a self-appearance here. All right, so what's present and space, assemble? What are the strengths? Thank you. And I love that the cards fell out over the house I was asking about. Ooh. Okay, so let me just take this energy in. So over your self-appearance, there's a sense something for you, it feels like it's become imbalanced. Regardless whether this is upright or reversed, there's still balance here. It just feels like it's imbalanced. I feel like because too, it's like present and space. When I get space and night feel, this is searching through infinity of darkness. But this too is still like, what this feels like, Gemini, is that the white energy is the physical form. The black energy is the shadow or the eternal abyss. So this is you walking on both surfaces through life, and this is what provides your growth and trajectory. Now, there's a sense that you need to tie your roots, where you grew up, where you came from, how you grew up, where you were born, into your intuitive methods to walk that fine line. So I feel like that's really prominent because there's present and space assemble. Things are being put together structurally so that matters of your heart can be strengthened through matters of home and family. Okay, so dreams are trying to teach you something. So I suppose that's why I pulled out, you know, animals, because animals give me different types of messages to the normal tarot. So, all right, we've got status and power here. Nightfall and Chinese medicine. Ooh. Yep. Okay. Status and power, Nightfall and Chinese medicine. Okay. All right, so we've got 3 and 3. So status and power in the second house, especially in the Taurus house, is talking about value. So there's a sense that status and power is important, but also too, coming into early life, there's a sense that that was taught to you quickly, because when you were born or birthed during your contract at the time, there's a sense that this whale gives me the birthing out of the abyss into the physical form. That's because how we opened up the reading, you know. So this is you being birthed into the physical world. Number 10. You know, 10 for not only intensity, exquisiteness, profoundness, wisdom. These are the things you were born with. but also a knack for emotions, even though you govern air, right? So emotions here are what connect you to the other realm, to the other side. And that's how you walk the fine line, where you're able to find that distinction of this is spiritual energy, this is physical energy. I'm having a daydream about spiritual energy. So this is being aware of where one is physically, and then where the mind is spiritually. So being birthed, you have a knack for emotions, which is like on a daily basis. It's easy for you, not easy, but this is something you find yourself doing. Counseling and counsel. This also too could mean that you eventually sit on a big board somewhere, or you might already sit on some type of board or a council where big matters are discussed. That's very specific, you know, for someone working in drug and alcohol as like on the board to rehabilitation type of energy. This too is like two circles. So there's two ripple effects that come from your birthing. It brings peace to home and family, to the roots. But there's a sense that your birthing also too means that your passion, your urges, is to rush to wishes, is to rush to the universe's wish for you. This cheetah's being really fast, but the cheetah has this red aura around the hedge, the mind. So this is like running fast with passion, and you know, with regards to ties to the root chakra, so around where the sexual organs are, you know, this is rushing to wishes, passion, force. This is also to night feel. Night feel, there's a sense that night feel gives you some type of balance. Or early morning feel too. So the spout of water here for Chinese medicine. So somewhere in your life you vouch for alternative healing. Because there's a sense here that I'm getting this past life energy. You've come back in to resurrect some type of emotional past life where it's like something slipped through your hands. Like emotionally, it just fell right through your hands. I'm seeing sand fall through someone's hands. So let's quickly go through the underlying energy here. Now there's a scope, a sense of you seeing something, and it awakens some type of frequency within your mind. Here's the night feel energy. This is bringing in your wish to connect, also to deep to the subconscious, deep to the matters that boil to your core. These are the things that are coming up. This too is like that rebirthing, re-coming up from past life energies. But there's something here you awaken to. There's something about treading through air and being carried by angels. There's a very like black and white understanding with regards to home and root chakra. There's also peace and fulfillment there. So this is like revelations of birthing too. There's something here that makes you quite angsty or angry, but it actually provides a lot of growth. It enlightens matters of the heart. It heals matters of the heart and enlightens your heart. It's something I feel like this is the beginning of expression starting to occur inside you, Gemini. And this is true also, like, your success, your fame, your recognition has already been set for you, but this is about discovering what that is so that you complete your contract in this life. There is success. There is happy outcomes. There's also a need for you to, it's like you've got creative ideas above you, but not in front of you. Because it's about the heart matters first and being enlightened through the heart to be able to pull that spider web down and bring that yellow right back down to the stomach. Because at the moment, this, like, if this yellow energy should be in the stomach of the bark of the tree, this gives me flighty anxiety energy. It's like that will come back down. So this infinity energy here is connection to magic. There's something that's really bittersweet in your life. It's but like super juicy. And this is where the magic comes in. It's part of, you know, this energy, having that something fall through your hands. So, and the moon here. So this is about resurrecting that past life energy. It's like a peace bond sort of was initiated, but nothing fell to solid ground. There's no soil here under the roots. So nothing was planted solidly in terms of it. It's like, I feel like this is the connection happening with expression here. Because you're starting to, these are like deep matters of emotions, especially uncovering past life energies. So this is something that's hard for you to speak about, because it's like this is someone holding words in their hand and someone trying to find the words to balance peace to speak without having any grounding. So this source of air here is like this is like a scent, a pheromones, someone's pheromones. But that's kind of like, also too, I just got the Spider-Man flick, but that's kind of like the energy of those ripples coming out. I just heard showcasing, the showcase reel. Status and power, showcase reel. There's also too, like, someone holds like a golden ring, or the ring, or the essence. But this is true essence and connection to angels, to spirit. This is getting clarity over the mind and magic to communicate. So this is that night feel energy over status and power. So it's like when we get status and power put over us in the Taurus house, so this is like when someone values status and power over us, this is like you working through nighttime or working in the dark without someone else putting that pressure over you, so that they don't know that you're doing all that unearthing, basically. See, the thing is, it's like you never had any unearthing to do, so it was kind of like there and exposed to you in the dark. That's what I'm getting. So this is like, you know, you had the key to magic the whole time. So this is like making that connection and speaking up about this is like communicating and speaking up about matters that you clarify within your mind's eye, matters that bring cycles of evolution back into play. So we've got water energy with Pisces as well. So Pisces energy, copyright. So this is like you making some type of connection, and we'll get to the tarot at the end of the reading, on copyright. So if that's flagging with you, make a note to, we'll just fast forward to there and then come back. But this is talking about, so for me, the crocodile has lived on Earth for longer than us. This is connection to prehistoric times. So this is past life energy occurring in the physical form, right? The crocodile's still been here while our lives have been evolving and changing and reincarnating. Now this is an awareness of that cycle over lifetimes. And this is getting clarity to speak. Now this is also true for some way or form, the way that you speak, it's like you've been raised on a platform, put up high, but also it's also like the evolution of the crocodile has had a tough living, has had a tough exterior, has had a tough environment to endure. So they've become stronger over time, depending on how harsh their environment has treated them. So it's about, speaking gracefully with matters of gentleness of the heart to communicate. This is also true, like ending cycles. This is a connection to a past loved one who you connect with in your mind's eye. You know that you do. If you don't, this message isn't for you. But there's someone you connect with on the other side. There's like something about they don't show all their cards, like, or they don't show all their facets or their sides. This energy is one love, had one love for life. And this is also true, someone who's walked the path of the guidance of angels through death and transformation. This is someone who got who felt in their life or past life. So this is spiritual energy speaking about them in their past life, or they're speaking about you in your past life. Take it how it resonates. So this is talking about like someone being caught up and swamped in the mud, not having any clarity whatsoever around the natural elements that is soaking them up. This too is like a call for help, a call out to transform, to help, because I'm feeling close to death. So that's what I'm getting here with this same flower coming in, but it's like the elephant has used it to heighten its snout so that other people will see them, or other elephants will see them, or someone or something will come to rescue. But also too, this lily flower for me is a connection to death and transformation. And this is also true, like there's also an energy here of taking of one's life, I just heard. So this could be your past life energy, I'm not sure, but it would make sense for the person it's for. I'm getting, so there are tusks here now. So this is a male. This is someone who's connected to like the universe. So they're... And there's kind of like an acceptance of the universe's transformation of the elephant. So if that's that past loved one on the other side, it's like they're accepting their transition, but on a condition. Love is unconditional, but this is the energy. This also too is a conversation that you had with this person or with God or the council, the spirit council, before coming back into your birth. This is a discussion or a record of events that took place in the ether of that realm. There's a connection here, so your heart follows the light. There's something to, so like I said in the opening of this reading, I feel like protection in your purpose. And this is that protective energy there. This is the universe. This is like the universe's pixie dust. Even though you're blindfolded, you're still being guided energetically forward to lead with matters of the heart and to see success within your mind's eye first, to recognize it in the physical form. See it in your mind, bring it into the world. There's also some type of secret tied to Cancerian energy, or secret of the night. 8, so infinity. There's also tied a magic energy here, transformation over magic. There's some communication over flattery or fluttery. So magic and flattery. So someone's watching in, or spiritual teams watching in. This too gives me the energy of where the fires were burning, metaphorically speaking. So this is talking about an environment that lit up in terms of hot and heavy, whether that's passionate or anger. But this is talking about the koala sitting up high, not being able to take in it doesn't even have any leaves to eat in this sense. So it's unable to retrieve its natural resources, but also too, this is like looking out and watching that space. There's something about birds and brolgas here, one love for life, in terms of this one love for life carries the key, or like brings you the idea, or there's something here, but the brolga is bringing the flower. It's bringing the water lily with the sun. This is a beginning of a particular journey. And that's what brings us into the next energy read. So let's continue. Ooh, all right, Gemini. Nice. Okay. All right, let's see what this third house is about, the hospital ward. If you haven't already subscribed, just hit that little button in the corner there. Okay, so Gemini, hospital ward in the third house. What is your weakness? Okay. So Gemini, what we have here is, it feels like you're reluctant to take an opportunity, or it's like avoiding to speak. Let's see. Now, these other cards are falling over the 10th house. So we are reading the 10th house today. So there's something about this. So, and we've got chemist there. So the Magician and the Knight of Cups. So, okay. There's something magical about either if this is an avoidance or this is just like a weakness in the terms of like you can't help but love something about hospital ward, or like, you know, if this is you working in the structure, it's like you just, it's like, you know, working too much overtime just to be in that energy. That's someone specific, but this is like talking about So this Ace of Pentacles here, there's like some type of avoiding a new offer or a new beginning with regards to money or spiritual matters. This does feel spiritual first, everything's spiritual first before it's present in the physical. But this is talking about this Knight of Cups energy. This is someone who is really romantic, who wears their heart on their sleeve, who speaks really lovely, who loves to be loved. This is someone who loves connection to spirit as well, and connection to the other side, the line that you walk on. So there's like a romantic offer here. But there's like a sense of you having some type of reluctance or like avoidance, or this is you like having too much of it in the sense of a weakness, you know. But this is also like chemist and the Magician. This is bringing all those elements together to see some type of pinnacle, the pinnacle, the breaking point. Because there's something here about like discovering some type of magic and rushing forward to bring the pinnacle forward as well. I'm not sure how that fits, but let's read the underlying energy. So this is someone who's, you know, really romantic, loves love, also really magical. This is someone who, like, this energy finds hard to balance. It's like, and this is someone who, it's like some type of energy of taken out of isolation as well. And there's a sense of like not being confident, shooting blind. Know that when this card is upright, so this is magical law and this is spiritual energy. They are guiding you to hit the target right on mark. But this is not feeling confident enough to do so. So this is like finding confidence in your spirituality, because this is like letting go of some type of status and power, or letting go of that energy that is over you. This too, something about a hospital ward or like something, okay, so a place of healing that has some type of structure to it or some type of reform. There's also too, like, doing too much of this is avoiding, is like doing, if the weakness is too much of this foundation that's provided healing in, then it's like you're not able to tap into creative measures. But it's like the other way around. It's like if you're avoiding the hospital ward or the discussion or the thought or the idea of healing, it's like creative ideas are also unable to be tapped into. So that's like that orange energy above the head. So something's coming out of like defensism, and there's like some type of release of theft. Like, yeah, there's some type of release of theft. And it's like this, it was like there was a lack of reciprocity and the burden had been lifted. Because this was like uninspired action, like it felt like a bad idea. It was uncelebrated. It wasn't protected or defended in any form, especially around the matters of home and family. There was no peace. The timing was off, and you felt like there was no quality you feel like there's no quality in this at all. But this is something that lingers on your mind. Like this whole energy was in reverse. So I feel like all of those are being avoided if this is being avoided. Or if this is too much, then if you're doing too much of this, it's avoiding that. But anyways, let's continue, because there's clarity here. Dreams are trying to teach you something. And I don't know why. Dreams are trying to teach you something. It's like there's a feeling of, no, that can't be right. That can't be true. Like naivety. Customer service, sales representation, auction. So this is like a home, family, where you grew up, where you came from. I feel like I had to give these cards a really good shuffle. So there's like some type of money manifestation as well, with the devil showing up on the bottom. So there's a fear of manifesting money, or there's a fear of asking for money. There's something here with regards to manifesting money and fear, or like having negative attachments. So customer service, sales representation, auction, maths and numbers, and secretary. All right, so what's that about? These are your passions in the 4th house. Ace of Pentacles again. So I feel like when you tend to your weakness, Gemini, because your weakness is a part of your purpose, and your soulmate is as well, because they've showed up in your recognition and purpose reading over life. So you know who your soulmates are by how they make you grow, how they help you grow. So Ace of Pentacles again. So Ace of Pentacles, let's have a look. So this is like, you know, at the start of the reading we had that the yellow ball above the head of the deer tree bark. Ooh. This is talking about like that ball being offered to you, and it's like been above your head the whole time. So this is you discovering and then taking that successful energy on. So there's a denial of the dream state as well here, Gemini. But this pentacle here, Ace of Pentacles, with regards to home, family, where you grew up, where you came from, what developed your passions. So there's a King of Swords here. Someone who has a lot of intellect, who's very clever, very wise, very book smart. They're very powerful as well. This is someone with status and power. This is also formal speaking too. So someone who doesn't, you know, speak out of school or say the wrong thing. Or like a warning not to speak out of school or say the wrong thing. There was some type of avoidance of change. Because things, it's like the idea is if this is changed, this will become unbalanced. So it was like there was an avoidance of change. So what this energy is, it's like this intellectual person of status and power felt that if they thought that if this change occurred, they would become unbalanced and would be seen as someone who was hopeless, who was a terrible leader, who couldn't run a business. But this is also too running from, not running, but this is like some type of staying away from trouble, avoiding troubles basically, because it's like this was thought out, or this is thought out. So behind the tension, behind all the drama, is the Queen of Cups in reverse. So the Queen of Cups in reverse is someone who is like not very thoughtful, who's someone like is not in flow with their environment, like they don't pay attention to others around them, like, and it just sends off a lot of chaos. For this Queen of Cups, it feels like that if this Queen of Cups was upright, this would be someone who's actually happy and fulfilled, but this is someone who creates chaos in hope of happy fulfillment. But this is judgment in reverse here. So this is talking about like someone being guided in the wrong direction. So Page of Wands being guided in the wrong direction. So Page of Wands in reverse is there's the wrong idea here. Someone's got the wrong idea. There's a misjudgment, misappropriation. There's also too some type of confusion and illusion over the dream state. So this is like avoiding the dream state to seek clarity in the physical form. So your journey, Gemini, is present and space, which is like for us to travel through that means that we have to undo the idea of time. Time only exists in the physical form. And for us to physically travel there, we have to consider time. But when we take physical out of the equation and we're talking about being present, so we leave our body in the present moment and we travel through space spiritually. So this is like getting clarity in the dream state. These are daydreams, deja vu, moments of getting into trance, also to drug and alcohol give us an illusion of that, but also to provide a pathway for others who have taken that route to find spiritual wisdom when they regain control over their emotions. This is also to like you discovering how to get into your trance state, how to get into your dreaming, into your dream time, into your meditation. And I see someone like, oh, I don't want to meditate. It's like meditation has only been, I feel like meditation has been brought into the physical form in a way that has to be inclusive so others can understand what the concept is. And I love that. Let's take that concept and apply it to how it fits to your purpose. How do you meditate through life? Well, you actually meditate through the things that you like. We find pleasure in our pleasurable activities. So it's like time is an elusive thing. We go into a trance state. So this is someone dancing, getting dancing. This is like drumming trance as well. So these are all these different types of forms of getting into that trance state, into the spiritual state. So there's also like deciding how to get to the dream state too, once that is decided. But there's also to like trying to avoid to like, I feel like someone else is kicked out of home, or this is like avoiding being abandoned. Because avoiding being kicked out of home or avoiding being abandoned follows the Page of Cups, which is talking about someone who's like, I'm going to take this as Page of Cups in reverse, meaning as not young as in old. So someone who's older, who's not very, they think very strategically and they don't think outside the box. And they don't think about intuition either. Because this is like someone who's not really in touch with their emotions, and emotions is applied to intuition. So it's like when you sort to emotions, your intuition is amplified, because this is empathizing with your environment, how you interact, and how to guide them into better places. So there's a sense that there was like theft and trickery here, and that was also to like communicated. And this is also like around a time of passing. So there's like some type of like avoidance of burdens, and also like the avoidance of burdens brings in the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is talking about someone, people, place, or thing, excuse me, someone who didn't take action because there was too many burdens. Someone who didn't take action on an Empress. An Empress, someone who, this is a feminine in nature, so can be a masculine who's very caring and nurturing, who's a provider. Or this is like a feminine who's very nurturing and caring and is a provider. But that's that nurturing and caring qualities. This is also to like natural beauty. This is also to being able to speak about matters of the heart through masculine delivery. This is also to this Empress is someone who like scries glass and surfaces. So with the Empress is the Knight of Swords in reverse. So this is like, yeah, non-action, inaction. It's like maybe someone's pride is in the way, like, you know, they're too strong to take action, too strong because it's like avoiding some type of balancing of emotions and love. But it's like this Ace of Pentacles, it's like when it's taken, when this Ace of Pentacles is taken, your intuition is awoken. Knight of Pentacles. So this Ace of Pentacles takes you to the Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, this is talking about hard work, doing your due diligence, crossing the I's and dotting the T's. Which brings us into books, scripts and edits, you know, doing your due diligence. So if it's taking up that offer, that opportunity, it's doing your due diligence. All right, let's see. Expression, fame, stonemason, author, books, scripts and edits. All right, so that was the 5th house, and the 5th question was what you can be paid for. Okay, so clarify this energy, please, Spirit. 6 of Cups. So you can be paid for something you recognize. There's a chemistry here. Chemistry between, this is either father and son or grandfather and grandson. But this is like a reciprocal energy, so it's like same alike. And this is talking about like same alike with expression, author, book, scripts, and edits. So there's same chemistry here. Whoa. See, it's like when scrying, it's illusionary. So this energy, 6 of Cups. So where I've just placed this energy, it's like dreams are trying to teach you something. If you relate to the grandson energy more so, it's like a hiding behind some type of dream, or this is like avoiding a dream. But this dream is trying to teach you something. This dream is trying to teach you that expression of sadness is the transition to fame, is the transition to, you know, fame is the expression of emotion, of experience, of time, of structure. So this changing the way those things occurs. I feel like there's a sadness there because it's like the timing didn't feel right, or the timing doesn't feel right. But if it's only looked at in the physical form, then it's only seen in the physical form with timing. Timing is of the essence. So it's illusionary in spiritual matters. This is, Gemini, when you go within, Gemini, when you can go within and find that connection inside, find that point of reference to start expressing yourself, because there's an energy here that you haven't been able to go within. You haven't been able to nurture your own creativity. This is also to like avoiding, this is like, you know, avoiding care for self. So Gemini, if you've been avoiding any care for yourself, self-care is part of your creative expression, is part of your legacy. It's part of the structure of your romantic beginnings. There's a worry about, like, if you're not doing enough self-care, Gemini, this is like a worry about feeling or looking vulnerable while nurturing yourself. And there's a feeling that that's evil. Or there's like a belief there that self-care is, you know, is not a good thing. But it's like I feel like once the idea of the devil is just sought as a concept, or like the devil is sought as initiating change within one's mind, this is able to remove any type of stagnation and come into beauty, a divine form, your form. So it's like we have to go through a lot of upheaval, and often pain is the other end of passion. So, you know, if we identify our darkest pain then we can identify our deepest passion. So this is like you finding that. And this is the expression of that, is the scale of pain and pleasure. So wherever you're operating between those two in expression, whether you're writing or reading or, you know, deciding to express yourself in some type of form, it's about deciding where you are on the emotional scale first, angry or happy. And this is like, where is my method of delivery on the scale? Am I like neutral? I'm not angry and I'm not happy, but I'm just monotone, you know? So this is like, what expression is this delivery coming in? And this is you refining that in a fine, really fine, beautiful form. So the Queen of Pentacles here, this is the energy of finding financial support, or this is like a single working parent, or this is someone who singularly comes to you to offer some type of abundance, some type of opportunity to start your expression, to begin your journey of fame. So that's like, yeah, this is you walking away from what you thought pain was. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to leave that painful stuff there now that I identify what that is. Beautiful. Because it's like you're walking to the sun now, to your success. Noting that you can always come back to your library of emotions when you need to reference how to express that, or to write in forms of expression. This too is referring to someone who is beginning to think about how to present as an actor. You know, what qualities do you need? Well, this is like identifying the human emotional spectrum and being completely aware of that in your reflection, you know, and what part of you is really emphasized and what experience. So this is you coming back to that library of emotions, your passion and your pain. Your pain's the water and your passion sits there on top of on the surface in the physical form. And you come back to it, but seek your success, seek your purpose. So it's like you're able to do this on some type of leverage or opportunity. And see, this Ace of Pentacles, it's like you've had two here. So, and I remember the two circles at the start of beginning here with your birthing. You know, you've got two windows of opportunity. Sorry, Gemini. Yeah, that's so cool. You've got two windows of opportunity there. So this is like, yeah, wow. 8 of Cups, walking towards your soulmate. So romance, creativity, and children, is that your success is expressing and somehow creating some type of expression through your soulmate journey as well. Because this is you walking to your success and you see your lover, you find your soulmate, you meet your soul tribe. Because when we walk away from, we identify pain, then we can identify love, passion. So it's like you sorted the pain, now you walk right into love. And then there's the universe. There's the beginning of fame. There's a little bus here and a surfboard. There's also like a globe. And there are two type of cultural sticks. These feel like staffs or wands, but these are also too ceremonial. So these set the balancing trajectory or the posts forward for this love connection. So there's also like a union too that comes in, and that brings justice. So there's something here about children, romance, tied to your grandfather or father here. That's crucial to helping you with expression, and it's part of your fame. So it's like the stars were aligned for you to experience that, so that you can identify that, so then you can express that. And that's what makes you unique. Wow. Okay, so let's have a look. 6th house and 6th question. So 6th house is, what does the world need from you, Gemini? So this is like, they need your counseling, they need your guidance. They need your sight. They need your senses. They need your understanding of cleanliness, clean. What a daily routine is of being clean. And this is also true referring to drug and alcohol. So I feel like people are needing your guidance and your direction and your service. People who are vulnerable. So that's what the world needs from you, Gemini. You're needing to work with vulnerable people. When you identify your area of vulnerable people, because there are vulnerable people, there's vulnerability in every situation. There's always a minority and a majority. You need to work with the minority in every situation, or any situation that you find yourself in. Or these are those situations finding you. Because they see you as strength, as strong. They see you have a vision. And they feel that, what hand's that? This is the left, that's the left hand. So something about the left arm, if you're a lefty, when you shake someone's hand, they feel your magical power. That's what that energy is. So they sense your magical power. It's also too magnetic. When it's like, because you're so strong, they feel your magnetic vibe. So if you're on the positive high end of strength and they're on the weakness, vulnerability end, they're going to be attracted to you, because when they identify their pain, they find their passion, right? So you are their light of passion by means of guiding them to where they need to go. So in a sense, Gemini, you're helping other people find their passion, because you're discovering it through other aspects of life. So I really love this energy here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the underlying energy. So Gemini, we've got the Chariot, number 7. This is making the decision to move, and to move quickly. This wasn't a thought from the intuition. It was more of a physical action. Because there was some type of situation that wasn't feeling any growth. Well, these are the people that you're dealing with that come to you, okay? So, you know, take the energy vice versa. But this is you seeing clearly through these energies. You know, glass and surfaces. You know, maybe you reflect a journey that people want to start being on. And this is why they rush at you. They don't know why they rush at you, but they know that you have the growth that they need to obtain to feel free. They know that you're guiding light to a cup of love. Now, when people find love in life, we all go through pain first. When we find love, then we find our passion, our purpose, and there we have our power. And it all starts with love. That balance of love. Moderation of love. How are we moderating it? Moderating means, am I getting enough love at the moment? Is this enough love balanced? If I'm getting all this love should be felt from others too. So this is like balancing that love, finding ways to cancel those. This is you discovering this leap of faith, this journey. Now, geometry and the maths and numbers here, where you grew up, where you came from, is going to come in really handy when you think about counseling services, because glass and reflecting services and geometry and maths, this is talking about prediction. This is also too working with static images. This is also true analyzing emotions, projecting, not projecting, but being able to predict the projection of emotions. So there's a sense here that you've got like so much clarity of the mind. When you have this realization on a daily basis, this is you this is you walking into you winning, Gemini. So this is you taking the leap of faith. And there's also too a sense of like, this is a feeling of it doesn't feel traditional in the means of something I've done before. But this is deeply part of the secret to your life. It's deeply part of this yourself that you keep on the other side. These are matters connected to home, family, and roots, secrets, and the subconscious. There is balance here, black and white. Identifying, you know, one, we can see the other. From the dark, we can see the light. And from the light, we can identify where it's beginning to get dark. We can see the shades starting to translute out into grayness before the blackness has occurred. So Ace of Cups here, this is a new beginning coming forward. You walking forward with your heart because you've got something here to offer others. And you identify that. Queen of Pentacles. This is providing some type of financial support to those who need it. This is providing some type of support to single working parents. This is providing support to people of the minority because you have some type of means of doing so. Whether you've got spiritual insight and a few words just that need to be said to that person, that's all they needed. But this is you identifying that and establishing a platform or a service where people can get to you. We do have post office here, so there's something that you might generate in your lifetime, Gemini, that brings you into some type of delivery service or logistics, because this is like getting something to someone or picking something up to take home. Because this energy, whether you're sending it or whether you're receiving it, you both win. And this is talking about the 7th house. Partnerships and relationships. So your close ties are those ones that you help. Doesn't have to, it can be marriages, it can be best friends, it can be acquaintances, colleagues, and it can be those strangers that we only speak to once. You're helping people transform out of stagnation and into their beautiful qualities, into their refined form, because people glow when they're in their passion, and that's why you attract people, because you glow so bright, Gemini. You glow so bright. So for those who find your light too bright, it's because they're looking at you. So what I'm seeing is the darkness in the middle. And so when someone has these sunglasses on, right? Let's just say the shades of the devil. All right, say these sunglasses. Where are they? All right, let's do it this way. Gemini. These glasses, metaphorically speaking, are the devil, the shades of the devil, the way we see through the lens of fear. And these glasses are the lenses of clarity, of clear surfaces. Now, if someone seeks you or calls you out to be devil, it's because they can't see properly. They are trying to look at, they're calling you the devil, right? And they're looking through this lens. How can they see properly? How can they possibly see properly? Now, if someone is of heart of light and they live in the darkness, right? But they don't see through the shades of the devil, they're always going to be able to see clearly of what right and wrong is. So people who call you the devil are looking through shades. And people who see you clearly know exactly what you are. And you know what you are because you're seeing clearly too through those glass surfaces. So, you know, like, that's that energy. So it doesn't matter that people don't see you clearly because the message is being received to the minority, and that's who needs the message, not the majority. Because the majority obscures the minority's view. And this is also true status and power. So the power sits with the majority, and somewhat a status is left with the minority. So the majority gets the power, and the minority has to deal with some type of status on the other receiving end of not getting power. So, you know, this is talking about compensating and finding ways to work with this to exist. So this is like, you know, some type of sale or deal. It's like I feel like you're needing to clarify within the dream state because there's magic tied to this deal. And that's why the reflection isn't clear, because the devil's working with whoever's looking through that, looking at you, or whoever you're dealing with that is tied to this devilish energy. So there's also too, you know, maybe you're able to, you know, Gemini being the dual sign, you know, how can I do this? Maybe you're able to see through, you know, both lenses at the same time, you know, to get clarity. And, you know, this is like you seeing the devil for what it is and getting clarity, you know, letting the physical form dissipate for a moment while we get clarity in the spiritual form. And then, you know, this is like being awake is, you know, awake is seeing things in the physical form. So I'm just going to put those glasses away now and let's keep moving. So some type of reflective surface isn't clear and it's providing some type of imbalancement. Someone's not feeling very protective, and there is like the person who's not feeling protected is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is someone who's, the person who's not feeling protected is someone who works hard, who's the hard worker, who has the routine. This is someone who doesn't feel protected. This is also too, I feel like that's energy. This is making those decisions while becoming aware of your abilities. All right, let's do this post office. I'm just gonna bring some more decks in. Let's do this post office and you win. So okay, I'm just trying to think what I felt like I wanted to pull another card then, but that just could be me wanting to be in the physical form. So post office, you win. Okay. So Gemini, there's a little key here from Spirit. Your favorite song holds a secret to your heart. So there, I would recommend listening to your song and also look up the lyrics, because there is a secret to your heart there that you're about to unfold. Status, what you're about to do will get you some recognition. So there's a sense that you're about to win. Okay, so what is this win energy here? Post office. Okay. So you're about to win some type of like total transformation of some type of emotional state. So Gemini, this is you working out how to transform emotional states through some type of delivery to the minority. That's your purpose. That's part of building your purpose. Because, you know, whether you're doing that on stage, through refined arts and teaching others by taking up those roles, you know, and then the next movie doing another role on the other side. So this is like talking about, you know, you shining the light by using your body in the physical form because you're strong to represent that energy. So people are able to identify and rectify that. This is transformation of emotions. It's revolutionary. I can't wait to know what this is, and I might have to wait a lifetime to hear about it. There's something here that completely transforms everything, and it is to do with partnerships and relationships. Partnerships and relationships, something you deliver in your methods is how you like. So yeah, this is like people being able to leap out of murky waters, and leap to crystals, to clarity, to abundance so quickly. It's like because you identify the issue and it just awakens, removes those shades. You help people see clearer because you work with some type of physical passions. Now, you do have a connection to a past loved one who is on the other side and is present. This connection feels masculine, feels new, and also the Knight of Swords in reverse is talking about intellect and power. So this is also to like someone who held intellect and power and no longer holds that space. Page of Wands talks about an idea that was forgotten. So I feel like this past loved one is trying to point out that there's something that you thought about before that's tied to passion in the physical form. Passion and spiritual matters. It's like an idea was forgotten because when it was last thought of, it was considered not fortunate, or it's not a successful outcome, or it's considered the devil, or it's all of these things. But this is a connection to Europe. I believe it's this. I've seen this animal reference to Hungary, and it's talking about the release of foundations and the release of communications around foundations. Because this is like enabling some type of leap of faith to take place. The leap of faith to take place for a King of Swords in reverse. So this is someone who's feeling not very powerful at the moment. Someone who's not feeling very like talking and speaking. So this enables that person to take the leap of faith, to cleanse out this stagnation. So this same energy is like having this revelation and this understanding of your power and how you're able to express that. So it's like you starting to express it is you understanding how it's received, And then it's you having this understanding, this is what they need. Because you're having this, it's like took this whole time to have this revelation, and then this revelation here happens quickly. So Eight of Swords. This is that magical idea being brought together. But there's also fear of being persecuted. There's not to worry anymore though, because something about that on the physical form has changed. There's the Sun. So it's like, I feel like you're needing to trust in the unknown, Gemini, because what you don't know is that you have a very successful outcome, is that you seek success, and it's when you learn to reflect and these qualities are understood in your life, this is where you innovate some type of outcome, a win-win. It's like you win, but because it's partnerships and relationships, it's like they win too. Okay. So let's go soulmate and personal style. All right, so what's soulmate and personal style here for the 8th house, your mission? All right. October, a new idea, a new beginning. October is the month. You get the idea of success and you find the ways of means to heal. Now, I love this Ace of Swords because it really depicts all of the things that come in. So this is like the chemistry coming together. This is mathematics and numbers. This is the mapping the soul body. This is also the trajectory of light. This is also an understanding of magic and the fine arts. This is also too having an understanding or an awareness of the planetary involvement, so astrology, study of the space and sky, present and space. For those of you who have like gone to uni, this could also be like astronomy and those type of things as well. But this is like a total gateway to the light, it's like you see exactly what it is you need to take action on. But also to this personal style, it's like everything you've been through develops this transformation and change. And it's interesting that you've got change in the 7th house before change in the 8th house. So change comes before. So it's like you prepare for a change. So there's 2 cycles. So there's like, I feel like this is the first cycle, and then this is the second cycle. So this is like, you know, wherever you are in the journey, this is like you identifying and starting to step that up and put that in place. There's also too, I get that someone wished for a soulmate, because this too is like wishful energies in the mind. This star is the wish. Wished for love. This wish was made especially through times of confusion, change. This was also like a wish for intellect and more power as well. A wish to be smarter. But there's also too this energy of like acknowledging that to change oneself, it's like something has to change within their foundation, their structure, meaning their daily environment, their daily routines. Something has to change. And that's that epiphany too, that awakening moment, and that struck of light. This is also true. I feel like you have some power and intellect over the space of the home or the housing of the mind. The structure of homes or the housing of the mind. This Tower moment is able to, it's able to release some, like it's able to release these emotions, and you're able to see the successful outcome. It's like released from this emotional energy. It's like a sense of clarity comes. Successful outcomes through divine balance. This too could also, this feels like, you know, if you associate with one soulmate, this is them giving you the light and the dark balance to feel balance within yourself, to feel success and get successful outcomes. Or this is like having two forms of, this is having two forms of soulmates who are able to, one's pulling, one energy is alighting the dark and one energy is alighting the light. So this is like finding that perfect balance and flow over time to receive or produce successful outcomes. Because in the physical form, it is about time. In the spiritual form, it's about symbols. What else could it mean? Now the Three of Wands here, this is like once this success is feeling ripened and ready and you're feeling free to take that leap forward, because it's like you've done your maths, you've calculated some things, that's setting you forward, setting you up for your future. Even though this is the Three of Wands, this is you moving between the two posts and leaving the third back a little bit away from the water, away from the water's edge. So it's like at least one flame can still be lit and be retained, to come back to warmth after, you know, after the late night swim, after delving into the emotions. So after delving into the emotions and coming back, this is talking about the Queen of Swords in reverse. So this is like releasing, this is releasing anything that was like confusing, that just like was annoying and just couldn't like wrap your head around. This is being able to celebrate that energy, because it's like clarity. You get justice. So when you meet your soulmate, there's a feeling of justice. But it also true, it's like others, it's like you get justice from the dark first, and that's how you help others transform to the light. Because this energy is like people living in the physical form, but they're looking upside down or living upside down. And they're wanting to be freed in the physical form to come back to earth, but they don't know how to turn their justice around. It's like, yeah, lost in confusion, especially with regards to home and foundations. Home foundations, and where they're lacking in wealth, where they're lacking support, and where they're lacking leadership or any type of business like structure or service. So like where people are lacking is where you reap. This is being comfortable in the home space, away from home. That's that energy. People being safe, feeling at home, away from home. This is also true where they can put their matters of their heart to a side and actually get some peaceful rest. Because true, this is also like someone who is having too much of like drug and alcohol inducing. This is like not being able to get clarity over the intuition. So this over reformation that happens in divine timing. And you know this because that's how you discover your fame and success. So this is part of that expression. Or this could be too how you meet your soulmate. This could be their journey. The expression and fame and recognition is through love, universal love. To identify the minority and make it natural. It's okay. It's okay to feel alone, because that's when we're most magical. But we can't be there forever, because we are here on the physical form to do physical work, although we seek spiritual confirmation. So therefore we're guided in the physical form without headaches. So this King of Wands here, like after headaches, this is like headaches between like, I feel like this is like having multiple forms of spiritual connections or magical ties, because there's like a disconnection here from the spiritual body, meaning that the higher self is trying to send all of these symbols and sounds and people to you, and it's like feeling a bit confused and just getting a headache. So this is like, you know, getting more clarity over auditory information, followed by the King of Wands. And this is like someone who's becoming a leader or a visionary, someone who knows the way forward because they've walked that physical journey before. And these two circles become three. So, you know, taking time away sets your trajectory, and you see that in yourself, how you're able to level up as a boss, a leader, an entrepreneur. And this too is because it's like you found value and richness within the home family where you grew up, where you came from. That emotional value is what transitions you into this leadership and keeps the light burning so that others can find you as well. Because there is a sense that you have suffered through family, have suffered pain. The communication is superficial, where the pain's on the inside, you know, but the communication is painful. It hurts the heart. Page of Cups. Someone who's curious and uses their intuition quite a lot. Someone who's able to master themselves in any type of work environment and any type of knowledge. This is like a master of self and self-master. This is someone who's also tied to a Knight of Cups. So this energy is self-mastery, and someone who is romantic and is beautiful, who's handsome, who's just so pleasing on the eye. Even though they're pleasing on the eye, they also have a beautiful brain, a gorgeous brain, a mind for learning, curiosity. Curiosity and learning and knowledge brings peace. And we shall move on to the next energy. Wow. We've got actor. Okay, something you didn't know about actor. Something you didn't know about an actor is that you don't realize how much intellect and power you have within the acting space. I'll just say that hit the ground. So Gemini, you are the best actor. You are the best actors of this reading. You know, dancers interpret emotions, where that's, you know, an abstract form of acting. It's more illusionary. All right, actor, dancer, entertainment. All right. I wanted to say that when someone's looking at you with these shades on, means that they're looking at you they're awake in the physical form, and they're looking at you through an illusional dream state, which is confusion, right? Fear. But for someone to see in the darkness means that they can see through fear. So you're able to see through people's fear, which is their power struggle. So this is like people dealing with, you know, strength, power, power over them. They're needing to empower themselves. All right, actor. You know, to be an actor, you have to be self-empowered, to initiate, to invent a new character based on some type of, based on, you know, based on some type of criteria, you know, this type of person with this type of character, with this type of personality and this type of upbringing. How do I portray that to the world? Using my body like I've never used it before. You know, so this is understanding your body as a fleet. So, okay, so as an actor, if your body is the one car, this is you like being a transformer, you know, being able to transform into different things, into present into different movies, to dance to different type of genres, to entertain in different facets. This is finding your fleet, your niche, the way that you deliver. Now you've got the Undertaker here with the gunsmith. So there's two forms to the Undertaker. So my first initiation of the word Undertaker was like someone training to replace someone as the master, you know, someone training to replace them basically, or to take someone in a negative form. This is someone training to take a leader out. Or this is also talking about the Undertaker, like the leader has passed on. So this is talking about like gunsmith energy and identifying a target. So also too, this is knowing when to let go of, as an actor or a dancer, knowing to when to let go of the act. It's like, so that like if the gunsmith or, you know, someone is pointing at the actor, it's like the actor changes form so that they are no longer a target. So, okay, interesting. So this is like higher energy. Okay, so what is this in the 9th house? So this is part of your achievement or first award. Okay, so in the present space, first achievement or award. Now this comes from the present space, from your intuition about something you're thinking on building on. Now this energy is explosive like a gun. It's technical. It's sensational, so all of the senses. It's balanced perfectly with the light and dark, awake and sleep state. And knowledge is always nurtured. So this is you amplifying your overall life, the way that you believe to be and see things, is to play the part, is to be the part, is to show what the part is to show how to transform into that part. I'm also seeing someone like clean their gun, like I don't know if you shine your gun or whatever, I don't know, but like, yeah, so that's like taking pride in your tools, you know, reviewing any maintenance or anything that needs to be attended to before shot, you know, taking shoot on stage. There's also too, I feel like this opportunity, like this someone providing something to you might provide you a fleet. Okay, so I like that. Let's see what's underneath. So through your intuition, there's something that brings you into your mind, right? And I love this card because it's, I have to show you, like, if you can see, even though her eyes are closed, her eyes are still like painted on, right? So this is being able to be in two places at once. So in the dream state, but being present in the physical form, right? That's magical. So this is also true planning about, when we talk about manifesting, this is also true, everything starts with a thought. So everything begins with a creative thought, and then we're able to work out how to bring that into the physical form. So this is you like acting, but also planning in advance. But this is a situation where there was no reciprocity, like there was a lack of give and take, and unable to pack your bags and move. There was also too no celebration around a union. There is a King of Cups, who's someone who's very diplomat, who's balanced, who sort of has oversight over things, and you know, has one finger on the idea that this will grow back, you know. This Two of Wands is like looking at the past to... This card's looking at copyright as well. So looking at the past to define travel in the future, because this is like looking at those magical forms. Okay, so this is where you have some type of breakthrough with some type of invention with helping or servicing people, and the way you implement that is actually becomes quite magical. And towards the end here, like, so you're aware of your magic, you're aware of your power, and you're aware of the natural resources around you, and how you're able to amplify those to sway others. But there's always knowing that you have this so much power, Gemini, that you should always sway others to the light. So, you know, often people look to the light because it's easy to find darkness. It's easy to find darkness when we have no money. It's easy to find darkness when we have no professional support. It's easy to find darkness when we don't have any leadership. All right, Gemini, let's read for the 10th house here. So we've got chemist in the 10th house. So the question we asked here is what is part of your purpose? And so chemist came out. Now, chemist here, I just had a quick moment to Google a bit more of the idea of chemist and chemistry, to bring it right in. So, all right, Spirit, so why is chemist here for Gemini? I feel like we'll give the cards a bit of a shuffle. Chemist, chemistry, 10th house. So let's see, why is chemist here in the 10th house? Beautiful. Okay. So cards coming out on present and space and assemble. So that's very much what chemistry is talking about. So it's come over the message of spirit and in the first house. So spirit wants you to be aware that your self-appearance is embodying this type of chemist or chemistry. Now we've got 8 of Pentacles and the Lovers in reverse. So what's part of your purpose is to remove any fears with love and to master yourself, to master your work, to master your projects. Now there's a sense of you coming together and knowing that you are the master of what you're about to conjunct. So I do want to read this because even though this is like the highlight of your life, this is also part of your purpose. So this is you acknowledging this. So the signs of obtaining, so it means, so this is in the physical form for you, Gemini. So in the physical form, and it's not applied to living things. So this is very much physical objects. So it's talking about obtaining something, so to hold it, to objectify it. And then this is you starting to understand it by processing things. So this is not a living thing, it's an object, and it's in the physical form. By holding it, I obtain this object. So this is you holding and obtaining the object. Now, once you have this object in the present form, in the physical form, you're starting to process all of the extremities. What's part of this object? What defines this object? And then you start communicating this information. So this is you piecing all of those things together. You know, it has flat surfaces. How many surfaces does it have? How many edges does it have? What is the detail of each edge? And what does each surface represent? So this is, you know, describing the information as you objectively hold that item. So this is talking about how those things come together to form this object. This is the structure and the manner, and what we describe it as a thinking cube. This also, for me, this is a cube of interdimensional time. The cube represents dimensions, and the text represents time. So that's an example of how you're being a chemist in your life, because whether you, Gemini, this is you finding something, really pulling it apart, working it out, because it's like, while you strip that object back, you're also understanding how you work with objects. So this object is teaching you about how you peel back the layers of your mind to identify something. So there's a sense here that your mind is very magical, Gemini. And this is, your mind has access to the evolution, the infinity. This is never-ending progression, never-ending growing. This is also working within the phases and the cycles of changes. So this is really beautiful. So there is a fear of love here. But this is, you want to bring light to what that fear is. Because there's like you working on self-mastery throughout life. This is the whole progression. Learning about yourself, about everything around us. And learning about ourselves and everything around us helps identify our purpose, why we're here. And you feel throughout life you have strong ties to people, places, and things. Those things will help you identify your purpose. So there is a fear for love here. And let's have a look. So coming back to your dreams are trying to teach you something. The dream state, it's all within the mind. So the lovers are in reverse. This is talking about some type of, you know what, Gemini, I'll just say it now, like with fear, usually the devil's there, but the devil's right on the bottom of the deck. So what I feel like, whatever messages come out, it's nothing to fear. It's just that you identifying that part of yourself. So there's fear with regard to love around home and family and communicating those things that make you comfortable. There's also a sense of looking to the future and placing those structures around you so that you feel and speak from a comfortable manner. But there's also some restraints there, or some restrictions with regards to how that's put in place. There's some type of governing energy in the future that makes you feel like there's no give and take. And this could be you objectifying this object. There's no give and take with regards to, if this cube was made out of concrete, there would be no flexibility in trying to push any types of changes in this. We would have to apply other tools to start slicing or shaving, to start molding it into say a sphere, for example. So there's a sense of like, maybe you don't have the right tool in a give and take situation, but it feels like you can't walk away. So this is like moving to calmer waters. So all the emotions being all over the place. But don't forget, Gemini, we're talking about physical objects. They don't hold emotions. So this is you feeling these emotions while objectifying something in the physical form. So when you work this out, this is like your brain, it's like spirit showing me like a flower opening over someone's brain, but they're showing me it right over the brain, which means that your brain is providing growth, and it's flowering in a beautiful way. So excuse me. Now the pinnacle, which is the height of life, is drawn to the lowest point of the emotions, because that is the measurement of height or success, or the measurement of the journey as it's gone along. So this is like your checking point. You're also being spiritually guided while you're objectifying and really pulling apart physical items. Now there was something too there where you couldn't take something on, or it wasn't ready to start. It's not ready to start. But what happens is, because the leap of faith isn't taken, there's a sense of something being released. Something becomes released, because we've gone from refusing to begin to starting at 9. So this is like, Gemini, I feel like you have to go through, maybe this is you saying no 9 instances to the consideration of what might be underneath the surface. You know, to know. What is the definition of understanding? To know. So that's like saying no 9 times, or like there's, you know, a sense of discounting one angle, but there's from 9 to 10 and we start again. So there's a sense that you come all the way up to this, a moment of peace, a moment of freedom, a moment of relaxation. And there's a sense of you completely stepping away from all measures of the physical form, because this what brings you in to take that leap of faith, to move forward. Because once you get that feeling of understanding, the brain growing, the way that you acknowledge something to get to know it and understand it, there's a sense that skies are the limit here. And, you know, there's no limit to the sky from our perspective, from your perspective in the physical form. Gemini, there is no limit to how you bring things together. There is no limit. I'm going to read the 5 branches of chemistry, but there are 8 ones here. So there are 3 more options that you can be open to consider when looking to the sky for options, because this is we've got organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, analytical chemistry, physical chemistry, and biochemistry. So bio is a subdiscipline because that's dealing with organic things. So, but even though chemistry initially is focused on the physical form, this is you identifying your biochemistry by interacting with the means of using interactions. So this is like your brain electrons firing up when you start interacting with physical objects. So the Page of Pentacles shows up with sky's the limit. This is talking about money. This is talking about all the things that you wanted to manifest in life. Those things are coming together. Ripening for the pinnacle of success. So the world here, the outcome is success, is feeling free, is setting foundations that govern themselves so that you can operate in your own wisdom. Because there's like you being set free by analogies, the way that you see things, the way that you pull it apart, the way that you describe is what makes you unique, and that's how you make your money. So this is like you bringing things together. The way that you present those to the world is how you make your money, and this is part of your purpose. So when you're in your purpose, money comes. It's not the ideal form, because you're operating in your purpose energy. So because it's high vibration energy, abundance is surrounding you. So that's beautiful. We also do have, so underneath this success is the union of three. So this is mind, body, spirit. This is mother, father, child. This is also to three lines of generations aligning within you. There's also too this energy of the unity of family, or bringing together tapestries, binding tapestries together, because it's creating a bigger picture. And this is also what's healing. It's healing. It brings everything together. It initiates the physical form that you see to be your angelic kingdom. So this is like you living in your abundance, and that happiness coming together. This is my fame card in this deck. So 6 of Wands. So wands talk about ideas, things that inspire you, the things that make you drive forward, the things that make you confident, who you are as a person, a leader, and the things that you show, how you show yourself through your visions. The fame, your fame qualities. So it's like some part through life, I'm going to say, 15 years is important, and then in cycles of 5, so 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. But earlier on, you discover that you have fame potential, Gemini, and this is you working through the rest of all of these other aspects of life to identify your self-mastery, like the things that makes you alchemical. So that's your fame factor. Your fame factor's there, but there is also too, because there's a focus on chemistry in the physical form, there's also too, like, Gemini, be mindful that we use different parts. I feel like we use different layers of our brain. So in the physical form, we're using a different part of our brain to analyze physical objects. Now when we become emotional, then that's like, we could be on the dark or light side of emotions. We could be swamped, or we could be amplified, which is showing gratitude for feeling. But this gratitude for feeling is also connection to spirit. And there's something there between the physical and spiritual form that's causing some tension within the mind. Because there's something that you're so set on when you see something physically, but spirit's also communicating that, you know, presently, in the space. So how does it sit presently in its environment, and how does it come together? So Spirit's saying those are the 3 things that you need to really pull together in understanding your fame factor, because Spirit's working with you on this. Spirit wants you to get there, because your spirit body's already doing that energetically. So that's all part of manifesting. So there's a sense here that Spirit's also communicating to you, you need to let those worries go, those thoughts that keep you up at night, because your spirit body is over here performing those duties, that purpose for you. So your spirit body is waiting for your physical body to make some type of connection here, because it's, you know, you being in your physical body, in your environment, and what's the connection there? So spirituality is confirming those connections for you, your connection to spirit. And this is what helps you alleviate a lot of those headaches. And you know, that pillow looks really soft and comfortable, but it's something's keeping you up away from your comfort zone. There is also too, when pulling things apart in the physical form, there is some type of decision that's being avoided here. And especially with the Queen of Cups showing up, not showing which way to choose, the Queen of Cups comes in and he or she is talking about, Spirit is saying, use your emotions within flow. Operate with love and you show care. So when you operate in love and show care, you make the best decision for yourself. So there's some type of avoidance with self-love and self-care here a little bit, Gemini. Ultimately, this outcome is completely happy. It's emotionally fulfilling. It's spiritually gratifying. And also too, you live comfortably in your recognition. And that feels wealthy as well. There's also too, the rainbow ribbon comes in. So this is like the whole spectrum being involved here. All right, so we've got library, chief, and engineer. Library, chief, and engineer. Okay. Library, chief, and engineer. Nice. So Gemini, in the 11th house is all your social goals. So we ask Spirit, what do you do on your downtime? So there's a sense of you feeling really connected and invigorated by some type of chief mentality. It feels like you like to have oversight of what's growing, because it's almost too like you've put those foundations in place. You've structured these, you've engineered some type of social goal. And you would like a particular outcome, because we've got knowledge here with the library. So we got 7 of Pentacles, first card coming out. Talking about all your earthly matters, Gemini. So this is you putting thought and action into how to manifest your money. This is also too like trying to work out what the best routine is on the daily basis to operate. This is also too like these 7 things. So 7, and then the 8 of Wands just came back into my mind's eye. So that Spirit's saying that's linking into that message within the chemistry. So this is you building on those fundamentals in the physical form before you get to that last piece. So there's a sense of some type of imbalancement as well, socially for you. And it's like the connection to spirit and the connection to root and home is bringing some type of imbalancement here with regards to your routine and to working support. Because this too is also like feeling the burdens of home, but having to put other responsibilities above home, spiritual responsibilities. Because this too is also like you being on guard. So this could be your chief energy, the 9 of Wands, fire. This is you being on guard with all the ideas that come into mind, the things that are building. This is you knowing that the ideas that come into your mind are inspirational. And this gives you your confidence. That's how you start building your confidence. Because there's a sense here that you're working to become a leader. Some type of visionaire here that sets the pace for other people's success as well. By bringing both qualities in. Balancing physical and spiritual. Bringing them up. Because I just felt here that those people, if that's a very specific message for someone in a Gemini who's getting into helping those who have drug and alcohol dependencies as a counselor or something to support those getting out of that lifestyle. This is talking about really knowing what those people need in that time. So that's providing a journey of success for others. Because you're engineering some type of success here. So when you find that in yourself, it's like you innovate something in the physical form. So you do have the wheel, the world. Everything you've been working towards, or you are working towards, Gemini, is coming towards a successful outcome. So wherever you are in your life, regardless, there are successful outcomes especially for the social goals you put in place and set out for yourself, and to help heal those others around you, especially if you're doing a little more lifting for people who are feeling a little denser and deeper. So Ace of Wands comes in. There's like intuition is on fire, Gemini. When you're in your social environment, when you're in your chill zone, your intuition is on fire. Ideas start coming in. Your brain is elusive, and I mean that in a good way. Because the way your brain brings things together is quite unique, Spirit is showing me. The way that you process information is quite unique. So the Hermit here, yeah, exactly. The way that you process information in your chill zone. So you're in your chill zone socially, but there's also another layer of you being isolated within your social environment that brings some type of enlightenment to you. So there's a sense that you have to step away from love, from balancing your cup of love. Or this too is because, like, you know, you being the chief of yourself, you being the chief of your success, is that you need to let that cup of love go for the time being. Because this is in the physical form. It's like we leave our body in the physical form to tap into spiritual needs in our soul energy. So this is you coming backwards and forth. Because there is you, okay, Gemini, so it's like, okay, I'm getting a good outcome from this. I know I've got success. So this is what gives you the strength to continue working through those painful issues where you weren't able to assert yourself, where you weren't able to do anything but take on that painful energy. Because this is talking about you nurturing things now. You nurturing the pain within you. You bringing beauty out. So this is once again the flower growing off the brain. So something is growing within you that's going to be visible in your social environment. Growing within you, which means it's like you're building on some type of idea that's going to be really successful for people around you. Or your delivery is to launch this invention in the social environment. So this is not being confused anymore. This is having clarity, because this is like walking forward with self-love and nurturing. There is a clear understanding of love in the physical form and connection to spirit, because this is the heart opening up to all the matters of the universe. This is you being curious. This is that intuition going from 1 beyond 10 into the page. So this is like you stepping into where you're meant to be. So this gives me a sense that it's a natural talent of yours, Gemini. You have a natural talent, a part of you, and you discover this throughout your lifetime. And when you discover this, especially in the social house, socially, it might be a friend that helps you discover your true talent. But there's something about your heart. Yeah, there's a friend here that connects you to your heart space. So a friend or someone socially you meet, or this is you connecting with someone socially that you bring together matters of home and matters of the heart. And that opens up people's minds to think better. It gives them it gives them space to assemble some type of change. Because it's like, instead of going, I feel like there was some type of heart matter that, there's a heart matter here that you're needing to get down to, but it's like you've been avoiding it on purpose because because it's you're wanting to tap into it when you feel like you're ready to get clarity. So I feel like these are things that take place in your life when you come back to this and you go, okay, now I'm ready. Because there was some type of transformation, a shift, a change that really opened your eyes to the universe. It opened your eyes to, it opened your mind to beyond what your eyes were seeing in front of you. So it's like your mind is thinking universally after this situation. And there's also a sense that like not needing to skirt around the edges. It's like dealing with things straight on, because it's like there's no fear of this timeless energy. There's no fear of infinite possible options, explanations, descriptions. There's no need to run around the edge now, because there's seeing things balanced and clear. So it's like when people know, Gemini, it's like when you know you get a successful outcome, that gives you your confidence to nail down a little bit more on those things that weren't ready to tackle. Now we've got copyright here. So this is message from Spirit. So why is copyright here for Gemini? Message from Spirit. So socially, Gemini, socially there was some type of, there was something you couldn't start, because this is, upright, this is procrastinating, finding balance in a chill state. But there was, this is, I feel like Spirit's saying, let the physical form hold you while your mind lingers in the spiritual. Let the physical support you, because upright spiritually supports, and then gravity gives us some type of reference. But this way, this makes me feel like Spirit's saying, indicating that here, time is of the essence. Unity, 3, come together. But also, there's something you build upon that can support you in the physical form. There's something you build upon in the physical form. So spirit messages. There was a change over matters of the heart, matters of self-value, issues where the key was taken from you, where you weren't able to get up and go or leave the room. There's the Spirit saying that's completely released now, that's changed. Because there's a connection to Stairway to Heaven. Is that a song? Yeah, Led Zeppelin. Okay. So that's that song. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. Okay. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. I won't get into that song, but if you feel like that song, especially if that's one of your, that's your favorite song, when you're ready, dissect that song a bit more. Listen to the words a little bit more, because there's something that changes about how you reflect on that song, or how you, there's a situation you apply to that song, Gemini. And the way that you interact with it is changing. It brings some type of heightened awareness, because too, this is like a natural shift, a natural, this is the universe saying, all right, now you've had this realization, this epiphany, awakening. Let's start putting the changes in, so that these 10 of Swords, this pain here, this also too, like pain from past life, is no longer causing you pain in this life. Because magically you feel free, spiritually you feel connected, and emotionally there's no pain. So emotionally, with no pain, is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is like the inability to manifest money or to make money. So that's tied to a past life here. There were restrictions or constraints around making money. But that idea in this current lifetime is based on self-reflection, because this ties me back into self-mastery. So how you see yourself in the physical form is all about how you bring yourself with value, because that's what you're learning in this current lifetime. Yeah. There's a complete change over emotions in this lifetime. Copyright too, because this kind of ties me into author books and scripts. You know, the way that you see things, the way that things are recorded when you describe them, especially when you're looking at how things come together. You know, also too, going back to the lenses before, you know, seeing it with shades on and then seeing it with a magnifying glass. You get two different ideologies by viewing from those two different points. So there's a sense of like, for someone, there's a shade coming off here. I feel like someone is kind of tired of, someone's tired of the indirection or the unclear information, and this is what changes things. Because magical energy here and spiritual law is forcing you to take the blindfold off now, because balance is being brought in, especially through air energy, audio frequency energies, the Magician. So Gemini, there's something about copyright here that Spirit's wanting you to pay attention to. So whether you are, you go and study copyright, or whether we use the ideas of copyright. So this is, let me give you an example. So copywriting is a content production strategy focused on convincing the reader to take a specific action. The copywriter must write the copy or the content thinking about its persuasive character. So this is where, okay, so I'm reading off Google here. What Spirit is trying, I feel like, is they just linked me in here. So copyright and chemistry. So when you analyze copyright, so the copywriter must write the copy. So this is, Spirit saying you're getting all these ideas, but you're needing to put that idea into a copyright. So onto paper, onto physical form. But this is also to the content. That's what makes it the content. So an idea is air, and then when you record that idea, it becomes content. So thinking about how this content persuades its environment. How does it interact with its environment, which is what its chemistry is. Using triggers to arouse interest in the reader. So this is true if you're talking, you know, expression, using triggers to arouse people. So this is like finding ways, you know, finding ways to know that the listener, it will prod at a reaction because you know this. It's you've written it already. So using triggers to arouse interest in the reader in order to generate conversions and sales. Okay. So this is using emotions. There's some type of expression here, Gemini, that makes you unique, and the way that you see it, bring it together and then describe it, you win. Okay? So the other way, copyright, which isn't this meaning, is the process of obtaining a legal hold on the intellectual property and the rights of the creative work. So copyright, not recognized as the correct term. Okay, so we're not talking about other people's intellectual property here. We're talking about you generating your own content, Gemini. So that's what Spirit's talking about in their message. Okay, so beautiful. So you're needing to create some type of content, whether you put it on paper and you put it in the cupboard for now, or whether you're, you know, actually productively creating some type of content. But this is you working into that, and Spirit saying that's part of your, this is part of your recognition and purpose, because you're a magical content creator, content describer, content collector, content communicator. So there's something here where you see the dark and light, which you need to in order to understand how magical reform from dark to light. And this all comes back to creating those protective boundaries with the home so the heart can be nurtured outside the body. Interesting. So it's like the heart can be re-nurtured outside of the body, outside of the home. This feels like remote healing, Gemini. Remote healing. So don't be scared of what it is that you actually love to do, because what you love to do brings you emotional fulfillment. So find that love. People find you in that light. Identify your light and where others see you in there, in the light. Place yourself in those light places, and you find where you need to be very quickly. So there's something here about letting go of some type of other success, because there's a feeling of, I feel really happy here. This is where I need to be. But also too, like, there's a connection to, like, in the physical form, if we're talking about children, this is talking about a daughter. So a daughter in the 12th house. So talking about King of Wands tied to a daughter. So this is someone who was a leader, who had who placed a lot of content around, who created content and left content for others to follow. Someone who was a visionary and a creator. There's also too a lot of tension and change around that visionary and creator. So it's like this leader chooses to let go of the tension, or this is also to letting go of all the training in the past to become a new visionaire. Because there's a disconnection of 3, and when I feel like too, when we say daughter, this means sisters. So, you know, disconnection of 3 sisters. This is also like feeling feeling free. So maybe there is something you're, you know, needing to talk about, the disconnection of family and home, finding care and flow, finding nurturing and love without having those support mechanisms is still freeing. So there's something about that. And there's this, okay, so you're able to sense this freeing and care and flow, but this is coming into making that decision. So there's a major decision you'll make in your lifetime, Gemini, but you know exactly what that decision is because you've been avoiding it for a little while. And it's because when you're ready to step into your fame factor is when you're ready to deal with that energy. So that was awesome. Let's get some guidance here for Gemini. All right, so what's the guidance here for Gemini in regards to their recognition and finding their purpose? Ooh, beautiful. So, Earth Warrior Oracle I'm using by Alana Fairchild. Oops. Okay, so number 36, Soma from the Galactic Heart. Beautiful. There's that rainbow ribbon again through her hair. So you're seeing the full spectrum of light, but this is true is also like matters of the heart here. So galactic heart. All right, number 36. Let's read all about it. So the Divine Mother's milk of the galaxy is feeding your soul. An expansive of your horizons, your spiritual purpose and your sacred responsibilities is taking place. Whoa. The divine potential within you is awakening and a higher turn of creative spiral of consciousness. This oracle is a prophecy of ascension and grace. So your soul has been going through a deep spiritual feeding process and is growing rapidly. The evidence of this is the outer world, and it will be sensed of an expanded opportunity, reach, connection, and spiritual experience. This oracle foretells the welcoming of a new phase in life, newborn energies and fertility, whether biological, creative, or psychological. These are all being stimulated. The oracle indicates the discovery, development, and expression of talents. An increasingly public profile, which moves you into the spotlight, and this can help you fulfill your divine life's mission, provided that you keep your inner connection to spirit as the highest priority. The oracle speaks of the soul healing around matters of trust, spirit, mother, and abundance. So Mayu, star goddess of the Milky Way, was seen clearly in the skies of the ancient Incas. In Western traditions, the Milky Way is recognized as a metaphor for nourishment and the milk of the heavens. When she appears as an oracle, it is often an omen of happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment. If you develop your spiritual practice, you shall come to experience feeling drunk on divine bliss, like a baby in ecstasy of complete fulfillment through the mother's milk. When we connect with the galactic heart, it is a sign of spiritual advancement, and we are going in such a way that our being becomes ready, willing, and able to take up more spiritual space in the atmosphere. You will express that spiritual growth in your life according to your talents. If you are a thinker, your ideas will become more inspired, expansive, and original. If you are a healer, you'll experience the flow of new quality of divine consciousness through your work. If you are a leader, you will experience a feeling of being overshadowed by someone or something truly great, kind, helpful, whilst at the same time feeling more fearless, bold, and confident to speak your truth and guide those in your care. Whatever your truth of your soul, encounters and with galactic heart are granted to evoke, expand, and empower it upon the earth. Some interpretations of the Vedas of Spirit India see the Milky Way as a heavenly soma, the nectar of immortality and the drink of the divine. Soma can feed the soul, but like any food, healthy or otherwise, too much at any given time is hard to digest and can create more harm than good. More divine light and energy is not always better, at least not when we try to make it and take it all at once. We need to learn what is good and good enough, to detach from the Divine Mother's breast and rest in the contentment of fulfillment of the present moment. To allow others and ourselves to be spiritually fed, we need to feel trust and surrender into the Divine Feminine. We need to know that when to latch on and when to detach from the inflow of spiritual energy. We need to allow for the mind, body, and soul to adjust to increase levels of light and spiritual nutrition, and to metabolize that for healing and growth. If we have had difficult issues around trust, support, and nourishment as human beings, it is important to clear those issues through grace so we can receive the heavenly nectar without greed or fear. Digestion and integration allows us to utilize each blessing and become ready for further expansion, whether it is time to be fed again or we just trust the sacred food of the Divine Mother will be available when needed. We learn to rest in all that the Galactic Mother will provide for our soul, growing up and growing us into the fullness of our spiritual radiance and maturity, one dose of her extraordinary blessed soma at a time. So I'm going to say this prayer for you, Gemini, and I'll say it aloud with one hand over my heart so that you feel the energy. I invoke the unconditional love of the galactic heart and give thanks for all that good it is. True and nourishing of my being on all levels through unconditional love, I surrender with forgiveness and blessing. Any issue to do with mothering or being mothered, whether too much or too little, I release myself from false guilt, shame, and judgment now. I release the mother figures in my life with forgiveness in my heart, for I no longer wish to hold on to old pain. I acknowledge I am worthy and deserving of nourishment straight from the sacred milk of unconditional love from the Galactic Mother. May all mothers receive healing and guidance, and blessing and assistance from the Divine Mother of all souls. With trust, I now open myself to receive what is needed for the ecstatic fulfillment for my being through divine grace. With gratitude, so it is. So now is the time to close your eyes and rest for as long as feels good. Whether you wish to meditate, sleep, or just close your eyes and rest your eyes for a bit of time, permit yourself to do that now. You can begin that process by gazing at an image or a card for a moment. Gently focus on the light at the heart center of the galactic goddess and imagine, feel, visualize, and pretend that you are stepping into the heart light as either zoned out into sleep or rest your eyes and meditate now. When you are ready, ground yourself with some deep cleansing breaths as you emerge from your rest. Move your body a little and ground yourself in there and now. You have completed your healing process. So Gemini, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope that a few light bulbs went off, epiphanies throughout this reading where you have realization going, yes, that's part of my purpose. That's part of my passion. I feel powerful there. Yes, that made me painful. It moved me into my passion, my purpose, where I found my power. So that's what I hope this reading does for you. So anyways, Gemini, thank you so much. Love, protection, light, and growth. Like I said at the start of the reading, I felt protected in your purpose. So know that you are guided always and protected with rainbow light. There's rainbows and light all around. Thank you so much for subscribing. I will just cleanse out and then there disconnect and leave your energy there. So thank you so much, Gemini. Until the next reading, take care and bye for now.